There are those who are writing history, there are those who created history, and there are those who are history themselves in the world of fiction where every day, a new story born or ends. Only a selective few of them reaches to the top. Only a selective few of them are not going to be vanished in the flow of time. A year, a decade, a century. They are still going to be there for masses to inspire and entertain, and paving the way towards the future. These are the story that just can't die. One of them is a story about an innocent but brave kid with a tail who later becomes the hope of the universe. Son Goku. Yes, we are talking about Dragon Ball. I still remember that random day when I turned on the television and saw Goku and fighting Jackie Chun. Yeah, I started pretty late, and from that day I was hooked. Of course, with time he grew up, had friends, created rivals, got married, had a kid, died then came back, had another kid, died again, then came back, became grandfather, teaching us many things along the way. But I am gonna talk about why Dragon Ball, why during the 80s, entire world, especially Latin America, went crazy over some show about a monkey boy created a some artist from Japan, why it transcended the boundaries of fiction, religion, race, and country, where millions of people take this guy not just as their inspiration, but aspiration, and how the late manga artist Akira Toriyama gave his country something that it could be proud to show it to entire world as a symbol. Starting from 1985, Toriyama didn't just hard worked for Dragon Ball, he did that for entire manga industry in his country. Which is true, anime wouldn't be popular or might not even exist, as Kazuhiko Torishima, Japanese publishing executive and former editor-in-chief, said Shonen Jump was about to close financially due to the end of Dragon Ball in 1995, which later was saved by One Piece in 1997. Akira Toriyama carried entire Shonen Jump on his back, kept it alive and running for more than a decade, which is crazy, cause due to that, we are able to see some great shows like One Piece, Naruto, Fairy Tail, and probably entire new gen. If it wasn't for a guy who thought 9-to-5 job is boring and started drawing manga, Akira Toriyama has earned enough to be the successor of God of Manga, Godfather of Anime, Osamu Tezuka. And it is actually true, Osamu Tezuka did chose Toriyama as his successor, and stating his work is too good. Toriyama is guy who could breathe in same air as Osamu Tezuka, Walt Disney, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Tim Burton. He also got Harvey Award Hall of Fame, and he is the only guy after Tezuka to do that. Toriyama was decorated a Chevalier or Knight of the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres by the French government on May 30th, 2019, which is only given to those who have significant global impact in arts. His influence didn't just stop to Japanese media. German comic book artist Hans Steinbach was strongly influenced by Toriyama, and Thai cartoonist Wisut Ponimi cited Toriyama as one of his favorite cartoonists. Saint Michel wrote that the impact Toriyama and Dragon Ball had extends beyond inspiring newer artists. He influenced the style of anime as a whole and revealed new economic potential as the comic series mutated into an anime, video games, and infinite merchandise. From Superman to Marvel or any Western cartoon or Hollywood movies, you can always find Dragon Ball and Toriyama in there. When Toriyama died, he was literally eulogized by the Chinese government, specifically by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Judging China and Japan past relationship, this man was able to bring them a little closer, and that's not the only country. More than 100 of manga artists showed their condolences, including big ones, expressing how it inspired them, which always makes me laugh when some weeb says, yeah, it was good for the time, but it wouldn't be relevant or popular if it was released among new genes, like new gens would even existed without Dragon Ball. It still hurts when I realize this man isn't among us. I really wanted to meet him for once in my lifetime. Lastly, there is fact and faith. The fact is Toriyama's essence can be sensed in any shonen, no matter what era it is. And this was revealed by a study done by Patrick W. Galbraith, a professor at Shenshu University, the 5th largest university in Japan. His work focuses on studying the influence of anime and manga. He said, one can sense the DNA of Toriyama's work in all subsequent shonen releases. And the faith is that Toyota will continue this legacy until the end. Japan owes so much to Toriyama that Japan's cabinet secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi told reporters that Toriyama had played an extremely important role in demonstrating Japan's soft power. Well, if a man like Toriyama could achieve so much in his professional life, it raises the curiosity to know how he was in his personal life. To put it in simple words, he aced it too. Toriyama married Yoshimi Kato, a former manga artist. He loved her due to her personality and her tendency to help people when needed. She used to help her husband with doctor, slumped during tough times. Toriyama has a son named Sasuke, whom he hoped would be cunning or mischievous as he grew up, and a daughter named Kika, whom he always wanted after having a son, even though he thought one child would be enough at the time. He was a renowned introvert and hated doing interviews. Toriyama expressed his sadness about not being able to spend time with his son due to the success of Dragon Ball, which is why his son doesn't understand him as much. Apart from his family, Toriyama always had a soft spot for animals and birds, and he loved motorcycles, which he inherited from his father. It's hard to cover everything about a man who has accomplished so much, which is why I brought a friend who will show you how Toriyama revolutionized the gaming industry. Yes, you know him. It's Drip Sauce.
Hello everyone, Drip here. For someone as great as Akira Toriyama, it's obvious that his influence isn't just limited to manga, graphics arts, or Western media. Toriyama has a considerable amount of impact in the gaming industry, as he was ranked 74th on the top 100 game creators of all time. And what makes it even more interesting is that Toriyama doesn't even consider himself a game creator. His first ever game project was Dragon Quest, and he didn't stop there. In fact, you can see the iconic line, "It's over 9,000" being referenced in famous games like World of Warcraft, Devil May Cry 2, and even Red Dead Redemption. Toriyama began to revolutionize RPGs with Dragon Warrior and Chrono Trigger, and without his artistic vision, the RPG genre would probably look very different today. Toriyama with Dragon Ball did some major impact on Sonic and Nintendo's character Mario, and while Dragon Ball didn't have anything to do with Mario, Arale on the other hand gave him his iconic Tanuki suit, along with Mario's cute little walk animation. And it's confirmed by Mario's creator Shigeru Miyamoto, saying Arale's walking style played a part in helping the team develop Mario's funny movements. The Tanuki suit's latest appearance was in the Super Mario movie, helping him save his brother in the Mushroom Kingdom. When it comes to Sonic, another game giant unlike others, Dragon Ball and Sonic have so many similarities, it's like it was created by Toriyama's long-lost little brother. In 1994, in one of the Dr. Slump chapters, we see Sonic being outrun by Arale. Sonic has 7 Chaos Emeralds, Goku has 7 Dragon Balls. Sonic has Shadow, Goku has Vegeta. It's not just a coincidence. Even Yasushi Yamaguchi was a big fan of Gohan and Piccolo's doting relationship, and said it served as a base for Sonic and Tails' friendship. He also wrote on a Twitter post following Toriyama's passing, "As I wrote in a previous Twitter post and in my column, the relationship between these two characters in Sonic 2 was based on the image of Piccolo and Gohan. Therefore, without the work Dragon Ball, the relationship between these two people that exist to this day would not have existed. Thank you so much, Toriyama Sensei." Super Sonic is such a clear homage to Super Saiyan. We got time-traveling characters. Dragon Ball has the drink, Trunks, while Sonic has Silver the Hedgehog. Silver's first appearance was in 2006. A former Sega writer, Shiro Maekawa, confirmed that Silver is a character based on Trunks during Sonic's 27th anniversary charity stream on YouTube. Toriyama's last gaming project was Sandland, which is shortly released after his passing. Toriyama died of acute subdural hematoma. Apparently, there's 3 types of subdural hematoma. He died from the one that comes quickly without any hints, and the victim dies within a few hours. Its causes are either alcohol, trauma, or violent accident. It can also be caused by blood thinning medication. He died on March 1st, 2024 at the age of 68. On March 8th, his death was publicly announced by Bird Studios. The sad part is, Toriyama, according to Wikipedia, had planned to undergo brain tumor surgery on February 2024. But despite him being sick, he was still working on Daima for us. It's the kind of dedication that only a great man can have. Toriyama's death is probably the second time I actually cried when a celebrity died, with the first time being the death of Juice WRLD. I never said this before, but I'm gonna say it now. Whether we like it or not, what we are today is partly because of fictional characters like Goku, Optimus Prime, Batman, Spider-Man, Ben 10, and etc. These characters taught us about respect, strength, hard work, responsibility, passion, love, bravery, sometimes more than we could even learn from our parents and from school, because as children we connected to them. We saw them fight for the good cause. We saw them fall countless times, and we saw them stand again countless times. So to any of you who's watching this video right now, if you have a dream, continue to chase that dream with all your strength, because death is uncertain. Anyone can die at any age. Once you are born, you are old enough to die. Infants die in the hospital probably every day. So if you have a dream, fulfill your dream right now and live a good life so that you don't have any regrets when you die, because death is uncertain. But we're not afraid of death. What we're afraid of is a meaningless death.
Well, that was just beautiful and probably the best of drip sauce we have ever seen. Now, as for Goku, the man is beyond inspiration. Those who say he inspired generations to become strong, humble, and brave couldn't be more wrong. He aspired them to become humble, strong, and brave. I don't know about you guys, but it's special for me. See, I'm a guy who couldn't blend socially or make friends. I was awkward and a kid of few words and shy among girls, which results in constant bullying in school. Back when I was in 3rd grade, there was a kid who constantly ate my lunch or take my things. Complaining to teacher didn't do shit. One night I was watching the show. As usual, it was Saiyan Saga. Goku was bravely fighting his brother to save his planet and son even though he was outclassed. He didn't give up or begged him to stop. He died protecting his loved ones. He died with a hole in his chest and smile on his face. From there, I decided to stand up for myself. Did it work? Hell no. I got beat up like Gohan, but later that day, returning home, I was happy. There was new good feeling inside me. The kid left the school for some reason, and if you wonder, why didn't I told my parents about it? It's because my father had left home. My mother was struggling to meet expenses, so I didn't want to worry her. And now I am teenager, so I started YouTube to earn some money for college. Believe me, that's the only reason. After a few search, I found that I am not the only guy whose life was improved by Goku. There are a million other people's. Heck, even in Mexico, crime rates goes down, and that's the statement from one of the mayors in Mexico. In 2017, the entire country watched Tournament of Power in stadiums sponsored by the government. Heck, even local strip clubs were offering free drinks and free lap dance. If Goku beats Jiren, the police raided and found literal drug rackets that used to sell Dragon Ball Z packaged drugs. That's not just it. The reasons Goku is like a religion in Latin America is because during 80s, a lot of households were poor who couldn't afford cable, but they could watch Dragon Ball, which I can relate as someone who didn't had cable too. Watching Goku every night as kid, as teen, or as adult, just relive people from their entire day. Stress, it's like comfort zone for people. No matter how bad your day was when you go home, even if you lived alone, there was always Dragon Ball on your TV to cheer you up. Goku, a Japanese character, came into West and dominated the society where Western characters like Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman existed, and that's just not it. Goku is a part of cultural festival of some countries. He has his own national day in Japan. He was the brand ambassador of Olympics. The Ultra Instinct theme was played at the Olympics and in American schools. FIFA made an official Goku and Wukong poster for 2026 World Cup, breaking porn sites or internet or PlayStation server, or a boy named Andrew Kuntz surviving 400 bee stings even though he is allergic to bees only because he powered up his ki thinking he was Vegeta. From a Mexican hot dog stand to FIFA World Cup, Goku is everywhere. There's no doubt the guy is more famous than some real life celebrities like Ronaldo, Taylor Swift, or Tom Cruise sometimes, and sometimes that makes me wonder, has Goku surpassed Superman, or is Superman still more popular than Goku? To sum it up, a man can be a father, a man can be a son, a man can be a husband, a man can be a brother, but if a man is pure of heart, he can be a Super Saiyan. With ending this video, if you love the yapping, how great Goku and Dragon Ball is, please, please, please subscribe, and always remember why you love Goku. But before that, here's some big names paying tribute to the biggest mangaka of all time and one of the greatest, artist in history, Akira Toriyama.
Akira, 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 Akira.